The new Hellswarm hole. How strong is it? Hey everyone, Derpy here, back with another Battle Pirates video. This is my base being hit 2 times by 2 different players using a variety of Hellswarm fleets. Now this is the latest hole, and some players have been saying it's too strong. But in this video, I'm going to show you that it's actually pretty well balanced by showing you 2 very close hits on my base. So this first player is coming in here. He's actually hit me several times before. He is using 2 Warhounds and 3 Ballistic Trenchers. This is a pretty good build and a pretty good player in terms of metal counts. And he's one of a few people who has gone through my base using 5 Warhounds. So we have this player right here, and what he's going to do is he's going to take 2 of his new Hellswarms, he's going to park those nearest my entrance and kill many buildings close to the outside that he can actually reach. And he has mortars equipped here. Those glowing balls you see are the new Salamander mortars, and then there is also a UAV. I'm going to talk about the UAV a little bit more in the second hit, so stay around for that one. So what this player's doing right here is he's chaining using the UAV to kill all the buildings on the right side of my channel there, and that's going to allow him to chain onto both my surface guard ships, my Houndmaster and my High Guard Warden, and he's going to kill those. He is using 1 Trencher to tank the Polonium Thrower debuff, reload debuff, as well as some of the longer range turrets, if anything is in that range there. And meanwhile, he's using his Hellswarm to target everything in my channel and chain UAVs around all the time. UAVs have a chain count of 10 here, and they're doing pretty good work on my base. Now, the mortars have an 80% flak evade chance, and they also have a very, very high projectile speed, so they're more like a very fast rocket than a mortar. What you can see here is my High Guard Warden, even though it has 2 Gales, which would rather be 2 Night Watches, but even though it has anti-mortars, it's not very effective against this thing whatsoever, because the projectile speed is really, really high. This mortar is designed to be uncounterable. So he's going through my channel here, and he did accidentally get a little bit too close, and my Mongoose started firing. My Mongoose will fire if he's on the right side of the channel there, but not the left side. You can see even if he is in range, and he does move out of it, but then back in, even if he's in range, the Mongoose heavy turrets do not shoot over the mountains because they're blocked by the mountains. So he's just going to sit there relatively safe, only being hit by Hellmouth throwers, which do a little bit of damage, especially because I have 5 of them, so it does add up. So what he's doing is he's using the UAVs and the mortars to kill my important decimator cannons as well as my 2 portals. I do have 3 gatekeepers healing the portals, which is forcing him to slow down and stop right here. If I didn't have the mountains there, maybe I'd be doing some more damage, but taking away the mountains from there means my base is easier to get hit with a fleet of 5 Warhounds. So my portals will always stay about 50% health. They can't be healed up to higher than that by the gatekeepers, that's the heal threshold. But if some gatekeepers are surfaced, they can't heal, he'll be able to kill my portals that way. So remember, he still has 3 trenchers in the back that he might bring in. 1 gatekeeper, 2 gatekeepers are surfaced. He's going to go ahead and kill that first portal using the mortars and the UAVs. The combined damage is too much for my gatekeepers to out-heal. That first portal is going down, and he's also chaining onto 9 other buildings around the channel and around my other entrance. And this hole is really good at taking down many of those things. You can see it does take a little while for him to actually kill that first portal, and he is being hit by my Hellmouth throwers, my radioactive throwers from my channel. At this point, his Hellswarms are closer to dead, and he's going through, and the first portal is about to go down here. He doesn't have enough hit points to take down the second one, so he's going to send in the trenchers to do that. This hole can be stopped, as you are seeing here, although I think its biggest weakness is that it is too slow. He does try to charge my decimator cannons a little bit too early here and loses his Hellswarms. Now he has 3 ballistic trenchers, which I remind you are very strong, and even though they're being shot at by the decimators, by the Hellmouths, and soon to be by the gatekeepers when they surface, and that first gatekeeper is a Piranha depth charge build, so it will shoot even though it's underwater. He has too much firepower, gets through my last portal because those things can pretty much one-shot half a portal, even only 3 of them. He's going to get into my base, and the only key building left to kill is the outpost. And in this battle, he is using a Creeping Death Crew, which adds 19% building damage, as well as it also adds 30 seconds to the base attack. So it's possible if he didn't have that crew on, he would time out right here in about 10 seconds and he wouldn't be able to make it through the battle. But he does have the crew on, and it's completely fair. He goes ahead and hits me, and he's going to kill the last key building, the outpost here, a little bit over 5 minutes in. The Hellswarm can be stopped even with a suboptimal base layout where my mongoose are not shooting against it. Although obviously he did get through my base and it was a really, really good hit. The weakness of the Hellswarm in this case seems to be its speed, because it just wasn't fast enough to get through my base, and he would have timed out if he didn't have a creeping death crew on. He did take a tiny bit of metals. As I said, he has a very high number of metals, as well as about 2,000 bounty. We have the second player attacking my base here, the second attack. He is using 4 Warhounds and 1 Hellmouth. This is again our 1 Hellswarm, not the Hellmouth turret, the Hellswarm ship. Now this is again using the one ship that has the built-in UAV, and what he's going to do is he's going to target my main buildings on this right side here that he's shooting at right now with his mortar. He's going to be able to chain off all of those. He doesn't stay in that one exact spot, but he chains off all of those, kills my Houndmaster and my Highguard Warden, which is about half my defense, maybe a little bit less, but he does a very, very nice job of killing all of these things. Now Warhounds cannot hit these from the outside, but he's going to pick the high health buildings, the warehouse, the heavy turret. He's going to chain off of those to kill everything else around there. This UAV has a chain count of 10, and what it does is that the UAV can only be countered by anti-UAVs, things that shoot down UAVs. It can only be countered in the time the UAV weapon is flying from the ship to the first target. Once it hits that first target, which is the Sentinel missile, it is completely uncounterable. So what a smart player would do here is go on the left side of my screen near the research labs. He would remote target off of those, kill my Drag Scatter 2, my warehouse, my glacial, 1 or 2 decimator cannons, as well as the radio tower. You can do that on the right side to some extent, which he did here. He killed all those trash buildings, as well as killed my defense ship, my Highguard Warden, which had my antis on it, which is something that helps a lot against the Warhounds. At this point, he still has that 1 Hellswarm, has 4 different Warhounds. He's going to charge through my base here, and he's going to try and deal some damage. He's using 5 ships that are all about stacked, which is probably not the smartest idea, but it is actually going to work out for him pretty well here. He's being shot at by my radioactive turrets now, as well as my mongoose, which are actually dealing a decent amount of damage to him, but there's nothing left to slow him down enough, and the Hellmouth was doing some tanking, so he's going to get through here. 1 portal, 2 portals are down. They really can't survive that long, especially if 1 or 2 gatekeepers are surfaced. He's going to get through here, and a couple Warhounds are going down. The Hellswarm is still moving through the channel very, very slowly. Its weakness seems to be its speed, and it is being shot at by the decimator cannons, which are going to bring its health down pretty low. Although it does get through my decimator cannons, it's on the 2 gatekeepers, but they're not going to fire at it. But luckily the Drag Scatter 2 does kill it and does sink it and takes it to the bottom of the ocean. But look at that. He does have a Warhound left, and he's going to get through there. He currently has a radio tower to kill, as well as my outpost. All the warehouses are dead, but I have a couple defense turrets left. I wonder if I can stop him here. I also do have 3 gatekeepers. The Piranha upcharge gatekeeper is useless at this point, but the other 2 still have the Deadbolt scatterguns that should be enough to kill him. He is so low health, I might be able to get through with 1 volley. Now he is shooting at my island here, taking down many of my turrets. My Drag Scatter 2 is being healed slowly by the gatekeepers, but it's not enough. It looks like he's shooting through my walls here, about to get my outpost down, and he still has plenty of time, 3 minutes and 40 seconds. He was also running a creeping death crew, so that adds 19% building damage, as well as the 30 seconds, which he probably didn't need in this scenario. But it looks like he's waiting for my gatekeepers to go underwater with the correct timing of that, and he's going to snipe out my outpost. Like I'm demonstrating, he could come around the backside and kill my radio tower completely fine, although where he is right now, he is in range of not only the Drag Scatter 2, which is doing a little bit of damage, but is also in range of my gatekeepers if they surface. Looks like one of them is going to surface pretty soon, and the other still has about half of its timer left. That one is surfaced, but he's out of range. He's going to get my radio tower. There's nothing that can shoot at him from that range unless he messes up and drives closer. And even though it's being healed, 1 gatekeeper cannot out-heal 1 Warhound. And he gets through my radio tower. Radio tower is dead. He got all my key buildings, and he won this battle. He still sticks around. Not sure why. He doesn't get any more medals or bounty or anything. But he's still in the battle, and he's going to kill a couple other turrets. Maybe he wants to 100% flatten me, which doesn't really matter. And this player is running a creeping death crew, like I said, so if he didn't have the plus 19% building damage, he probably would not have won this battle with such little health left on one Warhound. Maybe it would have taken him longer to get through my portals, and I would have been able to do a little bit more damage to him. At this point, he is going to mess up a little bit, drives into range of my gatekeepers, they're going to surface, and one of them is going to shoot him and take him down. That shows you that the Hellswarm fleet, just one Hellswarm does not make your fleet overpowered. It was a great hit, he got into my base and beat me, but I was able to destroy all of his ships, which is sort of what you're going for. You want your enemy to suffer a little bit if they're going to get into your base. He did take a little bit of metals and a little bit of bounty off of me. So I hope this video helped. If it did, let me know in the comments below. If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll do my best to get right back to you. And as always, this is Derpy, signing out, helping you be a better pirate.